They promised each other forever as teenagers. Then life tore them apart. Years later, in the middle of a violent storm, they meet again. Older, broken, carrying wounds no one can see. But just as they begin to understand what forever truly means, terrified child appears out of nowhere. A dying stranger whispers a warning. And suddenly, they are being hunted. Now the question is no longer about love. It is about sacrifice, about courage, about a promise that refuses to die, even when everything else is falling apart. What happens next will test their hearts, their past, and the meaning of forever itself. Watch till the end, because this is not just a love story. It is a story that might change how you see love forever. Before we dive into the incredible story, do not forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell button so you never miss our powerful, life-changing content. Thank you for listening to this heartfelt story. If it moved you, share it, comments below, and let someone know you are never alone. The wind tasted like dust and memory. I stood at the edge of the old frontier road, boots sinking slightly, heart heavier than the sky. This was where we promised forever. Two reckless teenagers, laughing at time. Forever felt easy then. Now my hands carried years, lined, weathered, trembling. I heard the creak of wood behind me. Low, deliberate, turned, and there you were, older, fragile in places life had pressed too hard. Yet your eyes changed. That startled me. Not the wrinkles, not the silver in your hair, but the way my chest tightened, as if no time had passed. You came, you said, tough, careful, as though the moment might break. The air shifted. I smelled rain approaching, felt it on my skin before it fell. Everything sharpened. The distant hills, the sound of your breath, the space between us. I wanted to step forward. My body resisted. Memories flooded, sharp as broken glass. The day you left, the silence that followed, the nights that stretched too long. Pain lived there still, alive. You took one step closer, and I felt it. Jolt, deep, unsettling, not fear, recognition. You kept it, I whispered, my voice barely mine. You shook your head slowly. No, you said. I became it. The words hit harder than I expected. My chest ached, not from loss, from understanding. All those years, all that distance, all the quiet suffering, it shaped us, not apart, but toward something stronger. The first drop of rain fell, cold against my skin. Then another, and another. The storm broke open above us. So sudden, so overwhelming. I laughed. Surprised me. It shook through my whole body. You laughed too. And for a moment, we were 17 again, standing in the storm, holding on to something invisible, something stubborn, something that refused to fade. I stepped closer. This time, my body followed. Your hand brushed mine. Electric, familiar, achingly right. The world blurred. Only this remained. This touch, this breath, this truth. Forever was never a word we said. It was something we carried, through pain, through years, through becoming. And standing there, shaking, alive, finally understood. We never lost it. We were still living it. Right here, right now. And the storm kept rising. The rain turned fierce, sharp against my face, cold enough to steal breath. Yet I felt warm. Your fingers tightened around mine, hesitant, as if asking permission. I answered by holding on, firm, certain. No space left for doubt. Thunder rolled across the open land, deep, unsettling, like the past refusing silence. For a moment, everything inside me shook. Not fear, something deeper. The weight of all the years, pressing forward at once. I waited, you said, your voice almost lost. Beneath the storm, those words landed slowly, like each drop of rain. I saw it then, not just in your eyes, in the way your shoulders carried quiet burdens, in the pauses between your breaths, in the careful distance you still kept. You had lived through something. So had I. The realization struck hard. We stood inches apart, yet carried entire lifetimes within us. I stepped closer again. This time there was no resistance, only gravity, pulling me toward you. My forehead brushed yours. Small touch, yet it unraveled something inside me. All the nights, all the questions, all the silent prayers, they surged upward. Unfiltered. I was angry, I admitted. The words felt heavy, honest. Your breath faltered. I know, you said. No defense, no excuses, just truth. That disarmed me. More than anything else. Lightning split the sky. Bright, blinding. For a second, I saw us clearly. Two people shaped by loss. Standing in the same place. Choosing to stay. The shock of it ran through me. Not the storm, not the years, but this fragile, powerful moment. Your hand lifted slowly, brushing rain from my cheek. Your touch lingered, gentle, careful, like something precious rediscovered. My chest tightened again, but softer now, warmer. I never stopped, you whispered. The world seemed to pause. Even the storm felt distant. My heart pounded, loud and steady. I searched your face, looking for doubt, for hesitation. Found none, only time, and truth, and something stronger than both. My hand rose to yours, fingers intertwining fully this time. No hesitation, no distance, just connection, real, solid, present. The wind howled around us, pulling at our clothes, our balance, yet we stayed, grounded in something deeper, something earned. Your grip tightened as another thunder cracked, closer this time. The sound echoed through my chest, and for a brief second, a flicker of fear returned, not of losing you, but of how much you meant, of how much there was still to feel, still to face, still to heal. You leaned closer, your voice low, steady. We are here now. Simple words, yet they carried everything. Past, pain, promise, all meeting in this single breath. Rain poured harder. The world blurred further. But I saw you, clearly, closer than ever. And as I stepped forward once more, closing the last fragile inch between us, I felt it again, that sudden, unexpected jolt, like something unfinished, still waiting, just beneath the surface, ready to rise. It stirred beneath my ribs, restless, unforgiving. The storm leaned closer, as if listening. Your breath met mine, warm against the cold rain. And then, sound, faint, out of place, pulled back slightly, listening. Through the wind, through the thunder, there it was again, a distant cry, thin, fragile, human. My chest tightened instantly. You heard it too. I saw it in your eyes. That same sharp awareness, that same pull. Without a word, we turned. The old road stretched behind us, mud forming, grass bending under the storm's force. The cry came again, stronger this time, urgent. My heart began to race. Not from fear, from instinct. We moved together, quick, unthinking, drawn toward the sound. Rain soaked through everything, clinging to skin, to breath. The ground slipped beneath my boots, uneven, treacherous. Still, I pushed forward. The world narrowed. Only the cry mattered now. It broke through the storm again, closer. A sudden flash of lightning. And for a split second, I saw it, a small figure, curled near the broken fence, half hidden in shadow. My breath caught. Child, alone, in this. The shock hit hard, sharp enough to freeze me mid-step. Memories surged again, uninvited, unrelenting. Cold nights, empty roads, that same helpless sound. No, I whispered, already moving. You were beside me, steady, present. We reached the fence. Wood splintered. Half collapsed. The child shifted. Barely. I dropped to my knees. Mud soaked through instantly. Cold biting deep. "Hey!" I said softly, my voice shaking despite everything. The child's face lifted slightly. Bill. Rain Street. Eyes wide with something deeper than fear. Exhaustion. Pain. That look. It pierced straight through me. Your hand rested on my shoulder. Grounding. Steadying. "We are here," you said. Your voice calm. Certain. The child flinched at first. Then stilled. As if weighing something. Trust. Or surrender. Another thunderclap tore through the sky. Closer. Too close. The storm was closing in fast. I reached out slowly. Careful. Gentle. My fingers brushed the child's arm. It was cold. Too cold. A sharp wave of urgency surged through me. "We need to move," I said. My voice firmer now. You nodded. Already scanning the dark horizon. The wind howled louder. Relentless. The moment shifted. From memory. To something immediate. Something real. The child tried to stand. Failed. Collapsed back into the mud. That broke something inside me. Clean. Decisive. I slipped an arm beneath their shoulders. Lifting carefully. They were light. Too light. Your presence moved closer. Supporting. Shielding against the storm. For a brief second, our eyes met again. And everything passed between us. Passed. Promise. The reason we stood here now. Not just for each other. But for this. For someone who needed us. Right now. The wind roared again. And somewhere beyond the darkness, another sound echoed. Different this time. Heavier. Approaching. Fast. My grip tightened instinctively. Every sense sharpened. Every nerve awake. Something was coming. And whatever it was getting closer. Something was coming. Closer than it should have been. The ground trembled faintly. Beneath my knees. A rhythm. Heavy. Deliberate. Not thunder. Different. Your hand tightened on my arm. A silent warning. The child clung weakly to my coat now. Small fingers trembling. Searching for warmth. I pulled them closer. Shielding. Instinct taking over. The sound grew louder. Hoofbeats. Fast. Uneven. Cutting through wind and rain. My breath caught. A shadow moved beyond the fence line. Large. Shifting. Blurred by the storm. Lightning struck again. For a heartbeat. Everything froze in white light. Horse. Rider slumped forward. Barely holding on. Then darkness rushed back. The animal stumbled. Snorted hard. Fear and exhaustion in every movement. It was heading straight toward us. "Move," you said quickly. Your voice steady. Urgent. We shifted aside. Just enough. The horse veered. Struggling. Then stopped abruptly. Right there. Close enough to feel its heat. To hear its ragged breathing. The rider swayed. Then slipped. Falling hard into the mud. Dull. Sickening sound. The child flinched in my arms. Felt it. That same shock again. Sudden. Unsettling. As if the storm kept delivering pieces of something larger. You moved first. Kneeling beside the fallen figure. Turning them gently. Rain washed over their face. Revealing lines of age. Of hardship. Of something familiar. My chest tightened. Not recognition. But something close. Like a memory just out of reach. "They are alive," you said. Relief flickered. Brief. Fragile. The rider groaned softly. Eyes fluttering open. Lost. Disoriented. Searching. Your hand steadied their shoulder. "It is all right," you said. Grounded. The words seemed to reach them. Barely. Their gaze shifted. Past you. Toward me. Toward the child. And something changed. Flicker. Sharp. Intent. Their lips moved. Low. Drained. "Keep them." The voice broke. Rough. Desperate. My heart pounded harder. Rain blurred everything. Yet that moment stayed clear. What? Asked, leaning closer. The rider's hand lifted weakly, gripping my sleeve. Surprising strength. Do not let them go back. The words hit deep, carrying weight, fear, urgency that cut through the storm. The child tensed against me. I felt it instantly. Quiet panic, rising beneath their fragile stillness. Your eyes met mine again. Questions unspoken, answers nowhere. Thunder cracked again, closer than ever. The horse shifted restlessly, hooves digging into the soaked earth. The world felt tighter now, smaller, closing in. The rider tried to speak again, but the strength faded. Their grip loosened, head falling back into the mud, still breathing, but slipping. The storm roared louder, demanding movement, demanding choice. I looked down at the child, their pale face, their wide, searching eyes, then back at you, standing there, steady, unshaken, and I felt it again, that pull, stronger now, not just between us, but toward something we never expected, something unfolding, right here, in the middle of everything. The wind shifted suddenly, carrying a new sound, distant, faint, but unmistakable. More riders, coming fast. My grip tightened, heart racing, every instinct rising at once. And this time, there was no hesitation, only the feeling that whatever was about to happen next would change everything again. The sound of hooves multiplied, echoing across the soaked earth, closing in from the dark. Not one, many. My breath shortened, each inhale sharp with cold and tension. The child pressed closer into me, face buried against my chest, as if hiding from something already known. You stepped beside me, closer than before, your presence firm, unmoving. We have seconds, you said. No panic, only clarity. Lightning tore the sky open again, and this time, we saw them. Shapes on the ridge, riders, lined against the storm, watching, waiting. A chill ran through me, deeper than rain could reach. They knew, whoever they were, they knew exactly where to come. The horse beside us reared slightly, nervous, picking up the same danger. The fallen rider stirred weakly again, breath, barely there, crouched lower, shielding the child instinctively. My mind raced, no clear path, no safe direction, only choice, fast, unforgiving. They are here for the child, you said quietly. Not a question, truth. It landed hard. Everything inside me aligned at once. The cry, the warning, the fear in those small hands gripping my coat. Felt it, clear now. This was never chance. Another thunderclap, closer. The riders began to descend, slow at first, then faster. Mud spraying beneath pounding hooves. The sound filled everything, drowning thought, drowning hesitation. I stood, careful, steady, lifting the child fully into my arms. They clung tighter, trusting, despite everything. That trust hit deeper than fear. Your hand found mine again, brief, firm, a silent anchor. We go through the low pass, you said, your eyes already fixed beyond the broken fence. I followed your gaze. A narrow cut between hills, half hidden by brush, slick with rain, dangerous, but possible. The riders were closer now, close enough to hear voices, shouting over the storm, sharp, urgent, commanding, not kind, never kind. My pulse surged, every sense sharpened. I shifted the child's weight, holding tighter, protective. The fallen rider lay still now, breathing shallow, fading into the storm. A flicker of hesitation struck, brief, painful, then gone. You saw it, you understood. A single nod. We would come back, if we could. The moment snapped forward again. Hoofbeats thundered louder, closer, relentless. No more time. We moved, fast, slipping through mud, ducking past the broken fence. The wind fought every step, pulling, pushing, testing. The child trembled in my arms, cold, exhausted, but holding on. The pass loomed ahead, narrow, dark, uncertain. Behind us, the riders reached the clearing, voices sharper now, angrier. One of them shouted. The sound cut straight through me. Recognition flickered again. Not memory, something worse. Understanding. They would not stop. Not here. Not ever. Your hand gripped mine harder, pulling me forward. Into the pass. Into shadow. Into whatever waited beyond. The storm pressed in behind us, carrying the sound of pursuit. Closer. Faster. And as we crossed into the narrow darkness, the ground beneath my feet shifted suddenly. Loose. Unstable. My balance faltered. Just for a second. But in that second, everything tilted. The child slipped slightly in my arms. Sharp gasp. My heart slammed hard. And ahead of us, path dropped away. Steeper than it had any right to be. Vanishing into darkness. As the sound of riders surged closer behind us, path dropped away. Sharp. Merciless. Swallowed by shadow. My foot slipped. Gravel broke loose. Rushing into the dark below. Child gasped. Arms tightening around my neck. For one suspended heartbeat. Everything balanced on the edge. Then your hand caught me. Strong. Unshaking. Pulling me back from the fall. Steady, you whispered. Your voice cut through the storm. Through the fear. Through the chaos inside me. I found my footing again. Barely. But enough. Behind us, the riders reached the pass. Their voices crashed against the narrow walls. Louder now. Closer. No more space for hesitation. We moved downward. Careful. Fast. Each step a risk. The ground fought us. Sliding. Shifting. But we kept going. Together. The child trembled. Breath uneven. Yet holding on. Trusting us. Completely. That trust burned inside me. Stronger than fear. Stronger than the past. Halfway down. The storm shifted. Wind howled through the pass. Fiercer than before. Crack. Deep. Violent. The earth answered. Rock above us split. Sending stones crashing down. The riders shouted. Their horses panicked. The path behind us collapsed. Cutting them off. Earth. Vein. Thunder. All crashing together. Silence followed. Sudden. Heavy. Unreal. I stood frozen. Heart pounding. Then slowly. Turned. The way back was gone. Locked. Finished. You stepped beside me. Breathing hard. I searching mine. And in that moment, we understood. This was it. Not escape. Not running. Crossing. From everything we were. Into everything we chose to become. The storm softened. Rain easing. Wind settling. As if the world itself had exhaled. We reached the bottom. Ground steady again. The child stirred in my arms. Lifting their head. Eyes clearer now. Safer. Alive. I knelt slowly. Setting them down. They held on to my hand. Warm. Real. You moved closer. Your hand finding mine again. No hesitation now. No distance left. Just us. And the life standing between us. I looked at you. Really looked. Past the years. Past the pain. Into everything we had carried. And everything we had kept. Forever. It was never a promise spoken. It was every moment we chose to stay kind. When the world turned hard. Every time we carried someone else's pain. Even when our own felt too heavy. Every step we took. Toward love. Instead of away from it. I squeezed your hand. Gentle. Certain. We made it, I said. Not just through the storm. Through everything. The child looked up at us. And in their quiet gaze, I saw the truth settle. Love endures. When it serves more than itself. Kindness outlives fear. And the strongest promises are the ones we keep. Without even knowing, the sky began to clear, light breaking softly through the clouds, and for the first time in years, the road ahead felt open, not empty, but waiting, for whatever we would choose next.